If your paycheck keeps going up but life still feels tighter, you're not imagining it. Middle-class life is getting harder because money is leaking in places that look normal. Most people never notice the 5 mistakes causing it until they feel trapped. Let's fix them before another year gets more expensive. If your salary hits your account and disappears almost immediately, you're not earning wrong, you're managing in a system designed to keep you behind. If your paycheck keeps going up but life still feels tighter, you're not imagining it. The scary part is that most middle-class people are not crushed by one huge money disaster. They get squeezed by 5 normal-looking mistakes that slowly turn every raise into relief that lasts about 3 days. Be honest for a second. If you lost your income for 1 month, would you feel calm, or would you feel your chest tighten? That question matters more than your job title. Because middle-class stress is often not about looking poor. It is about feeling one bad surprise away from panic. What nobody tells you is that peace with money is less about looking successful and more about how much margin you have when life gets messy. The first mistake is living without a real cash buffer. Alex is in his late 20s, has a decent job, pays his rent on time, and thinks he is doing okay because the bills get covered. Then his car needs repairs, his rent renews higher, and a dental bill shows up in the same month. Suddenly he is juggling due dates, moving money between accounts, and hoping his credit card can float him to the next paycheck. That spiral is expensive, but worse than that, it is exhausting. Here's the simple version: if every emergency becomes debt, middle-class life will always feel harder than it should. This is where fear of losing money quietly controls your choices. You stop investing because you are scared you might need the cash. You keep too little in checking, then overdraft. You tell yourself you will save when things calm down, but they never really do. Imagine the relief of never panicking about rent again. That feeling starts with boring money, not exciting money. Alex's fix is simple. First, open a high-yield savings account so your emergency money is separate and actually earn something. Second, aim for a starter emergency fund of $1,000, then build toward 3 to 6 months of essentials over time. Third, set a recurring weekly transfer, even if it is small, because consistency beats intensity. The beginner trap here is keeping emergency savings invested in something volatile or using the account for random wants. Your emergency fund is not for concert tickets, a sale, or a treat-yourself weekend. Its job is protection. Quick recap so far: if you build cash buffer first, you buy yourself time, options, and emotional stability. That is the whole point. And if you're learning, hit the like button to remember these tips. Now the second mistake is ignoring free money and tax-advantaged accounts because retirement feels far away. Alex's company offers a 401k match, but he skips it because retirement sounds old and his current budget feels tight. On the surface, that feels reasonable. But missing your employer match is like leaving about $1,500 free each year on the table. That number is illustrative, but the lesson is real. A lot of middle-class people say they need more income, while quietly walking past benefits that could help them keep more of what they earn. But here's the real problem: when you skip accounts designed to lower taxes and grow long-term, you make today feel tighter and tomorrow feel scarier. A 401k helps you invest automatically through work, and the employer match can be one of the highest return moves available because it is money added on top of what you contribute. A Roth IRA is different, but powerful too. You contribute after-tax money, and qualified withdrawals in retirement can be tax-free. If you have access to an HSA and are eligible, that can be another strong tool because it offers major tax benefits for healthcare costs now and later. Alex fixes this in 3 steps. First, contribute enough to the 401k to get the full employer match. Start there before trying to do everything at once. Second, learn the basic role of a Roth IRA and open one when your cash flow can handle it. Third, if you are eligible for an HSA, treat it like a serious long-term account instead of just a spending card. The beginner trap is trying to max every account immediately and then quitting because it feels overwhelming. Start with the next best move, not the perfect move. If you do only one thing from this section, do this: check whether you are getting your full match. One email to HR or one glance at your payroll portal could change your next decade. And ask yourself this: are you saying money is tight while free long-term help is sitting unused? The third mistake is either waiting too long to invest because you are scared, or jumping into the market like it is a casino because you are bored. Alex sees videos about meme stocks, overnight wins, and people turning tiny accounts into huge balances. Then the market drops, he panics, sells, and decides investing is too risky. And this is where most people fail. They confuse risk with volatility, and they confuse investing with speculation. Long-term investing for beginners does not have to be flashy. In fact, boring is usually better. Index funds give you broad exposure to many companies at once, which is the whole idea behind diversification. Instead of betting everything on one stock, one theme, or one hot story, you spread risk across a wider slice of the market. That does not eliminate losses, and there are no guaranteed returns, but it helps avoid the all-or-nothing mindset that hurts beginners. What nobody tells you is that small, steady investing is powerful precisely because it feels unimpressive at first. Even $25 per week in an index fund grows to about $10,000 in 10 years. That is illustrative, not guaranteed, but it shows what consistency can do. Alex's 3-step fix is this. First, pick a diversified, low-cost index fund inside the right account for your situation. Second, automate a small contribution you can actually keep doing. Third, leave it alone during normal market noise instead of checking it like a score every day. The beginner trap is chasing meme stocks, day trading with rent money, or panic selling during scary headlines. One-sentence recap: long-term wealth usually comes from patience, diversification, and staying in the game. Quick recap so far: cash buffer first, free match second, boring investing third. That may sound too simple, but simple is exactly what holds up under stress. Comment below which mistake you've made, it helps others avoid it too. Mistake number 4 is the one even smart people fall for. We'll get there in a minute. The fourth mistake is lifestyle creep dressed up as, "I deserve this now." Alex gets a raise and feels proud, which he should. But within 2 months, the extra money is gone. The apartment upgrade looks small, the food delivery feels justified, the car payment seems manageable, and the subscriptions are only a few dollars each. None of these decisions alone looks reckless. Together, they quietly erase the raise. Picture a split screen: Alex on the left with $0 savings, still stressed every month, and Alex on the right with $10,000 savings, calmer, sleeping better, and able to handle problems without panic. Same income category. Very different margin. Why does this matter so much? Because middle-class pressure often comes from fixed costs that keep rising faster than your awareness. Once lifestyle upgrades become normal, cutting back feels like loss. That is why people earning more can still feel poorer. Alex fixes this in 3 steps. First, cap how much of every raise gets spent and choose a percentage to save automatically before you adapt upward. Second, review recurring expenses every month, especially the small ones that multiply. Third, raise your savings rate when your income rises, not just your lifestyle. The beginner trap is focusing only on big purchases while ignoring invisible monthly leaks. One-sentence recap: if every raise upgrades your lifestyle instead of your balance sheet, life will keep feeling expensive no matter what you earn. Here's the simple version: the middle class gets squeezed when expenses rise quietly and decisions happen on autopilot. If you feel like money vanishes without drama, this is one of the first places to look. The fifth mistake is running your finances manually with no system. Alex means well. He pays some bills when he remembers, saves whatever is left, invests only when he feels motivated, and checks his balance mostly when he is already worried. That approach works in easy months and fails in real life. Because real life is busy, emotional, and full of interruptions. If your plan depends on perfect discipline, it is not a real plan. Automation changes that. It makes good behavior happen before your mood can interfere. Alex's 3-step fix is simple. First, split every paycheck on purpose: bills, emergency savings, investing, and guilt-free spending. Second, set recurring transfers so money moves automatically to a high-yield savings account, 401k, Roth IRA, or taxable brokerage if that fits your stage. Third, schedule one short money check-in each week so you guide the system instead of constantly rebuilding it. The beginner trap is overcomplicating the setup with too many apps, too many categories, and too many rules. Your system should be boring enough to survive a stressful month. If you do only one thing from this section, automate one transfer today. Not next payday. Today. Because the gap between people who want to be better with money and people who actually improve is usually one recurring transfer. And be honest again, where does your money actually go before you tell it where to go? Quick recap so far: no emergency fund creates panic, skipped benefits waste leverage, random investing creates mistakes, lifestyle creep steals raises, and manual money management breaks under pressure. These 5 mistakes do not mean you are bad with money. They mean you need a system that protects you from normal human behavior. And here is the encouraging part. You do not need a perfect salary, a finance degree, or some extreme budget to start fixing this. You need a calmer foundation, better defaults, and a long-term mindset. Safe, diversified, steady beats flashy almost every time. Celebrate small wins. The first $100 saved matters. The first automated transfer matters. The first time you ignore hype and stay invested matters. Picture your future self thanking you for starting today. Middle-class life is getting harder, yes. Costs are real. Pressure is real. But chaos does not have to be your personal money strategy. If you build cash reserves, take the match, learn the basics of a Roth IRA and HSA if you are eligible, use diversified index funds, and automate the process, you give yourself something most stressed people do not have: breathing room. And that breathing room changes everything. It changes how you handle bad news. It changes how you sleep. It changes whether a surprise bill feels like a crisis or just a problem to solve. Because if you do not fix this, your income may keep rising while your stress rises right along with it. If this helped, hit subscribe for more beginner-friendly finance guides. This video is for educational purposes only and is not financial advice. Please consult a certified financial planner for personalized guidance.